The Great Sandwich Heist. In the bustling town of Snacksville, where bananas wore bow ties and cookies ran bakeries, lived a clever raccoon named Ricky. He wasn't your ordinary raccoon, he wore detective glasses, walked with a cane, for dramatic effect, and had one mission in life: to steal the world's biggest sandwich. Snacksville was famous for one thing, the Jumbo Jumbo sandwich, made once a year by the legendary chef Tomato Tony, a plump tomato with a mustache that curled like spaghetti. Every year, the sandwich was placed on display in the town square for Sandwich Day. It was 6 feet long, filled with layers of cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickles, and exactly 753 slices of bread. The whole town came to see it. This year, Ricky had a plan. Operation Bread and Butter. Ricky gathered his team: Benny the bunny, fast and always hungry; Cluck Norris, a ninja chicken; Meow Gillen, a sarcastic explorer cat with a compass that never worked; Sir Quackers, a talking duck who thought he was British royalty. They met in Ricky's treehouse to plan the operation. Ricky drew a complex blueprint on a napkin using mustard. Phase 1, he whispered, we distract the guards, 2 angry pepperoni slices named Sal and Pep. Phase 2, Benny sprints under the sandwich table and replaces the sandwich with a decoy made of foam and ketchup. Phase 3, I drive the sandwich cart away disguised as a giant slice of bread. Sir Quackers clapped. Brilliant. Jolly good heist. Meow Gillen rolled her eyes. This is going to be a disaster. The sandwich day begins. Crowds gathered. Tomato Tony presented the sandwich with tears in his eyes. This is my masterpiece. As the mayor, a carrot in a top hat, gave a speech, phase 1 began. Cluck Norris did a backflip in front of the guards and shouted, free spaghetti behind the donut shop. Sal and Pep screamed, spaghetti, and ran off faster than melted butter on a sunny day. Phase 2, Benny zipped under the table, carrying a foam sandwich the size of a canoe. He quickly switched it, though he accidentally bit the decoy. Tastes like sponge, he muttered. Phase 3, Ricky, now disguised in a giant slice of bread costume, pushed the real sandwich on a cart toward the alley. So far, everything was going great, until Sir Quackers tried to conduct a royal parade to celebrate the theft. He shouted, make way for the Sandwich King. The townsfolk turned. The mayor turned. Tomato Tony turned. Ricky tripped over his bread costume. Crash! The sandwich flew up, and landed, on a trampoline at the clown show. Bounce! Bounce! Flying sandwich alert! People screamed. Birds panicked. Cluck Norris leaped into the air and karate kicked the flying sandwich mid-bounce, launching it directly into the town's giant pickle fountain. Splash! Pickles rained from the sky. The sandwich was soaked. Ricky removed his costume and sighed. Well, that went sour. Aftermath. Surprisingly, the mayor declared, this is the most exciting sandwich day ever. Tomato Tony tasted the now pickle-drenched sandwich and declared, Mamma mia! It's even better. The town cheered. Ricky and his gang were invited on stage. We didn't mean to make it better, Ricky admitted. But you did, said the mayor. From now on, we'll bounce the sandwich every year. It'll be called the Great Sandwich Splash. Sir Quackers puffed his chest. We accept your royal appreciation. Meow Gillen looked at Ricky. So, we're heroes now. Guess we are, Ricky shrugged. But next year, I'm going for the giant pizza. Everyone groaned. Moral of the story, even when your plan fails, you might accidentally become a hero, especially if pickles and ninja chickens are involved.